us with Madison Cockrell. How are you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing well, thank you. How are you guys?
We're doing great. We're excited to talk to you today.
We're excited too.
Absolutely. Well, it's your first year here as a head coach and at Incarnate Word. What's the transition been like for you, and what's been the best part of getting to be a head coach?
The transition has been incredible. It's fun to be back in Texas, back in my home state, so that's been fun. And the transition has been smooth. San Antonio is an incredible place to be. UIW has been welcoming and warm and fun, and the most fun part has just been getting to know the players and being a part of the family.
Coach, I'm from Stillwater. I played at Oklahoma State. I know you spent some time there. So I'm curious to know, have you found anywhere in San Antonio? I know there's great food, but anything similar to the Eskimo Joe's cheese fries? Because, I mean, that's hard to beat.
No, it's not even close. Not even close. But we have our own thing going on here, just not Eskimo Joe's.
Yep. Okay.
I love it. Well, since you got here, you were able to keep some of this roster intact, and we talked about this a little bit too, but you retained 5 players who had originally entered the portal, but they're still with you now. How much did that help in the transition, getting here and having a group that already knew each other well and could play together?
That has been the most incredible part about it all, because it really had nothing to do with me or anyone else. They're a group of girls who love one another, and they love San Antonio, and they love UIW. And so it was truly, I had to recruit. That was my first priority, was to recruit this roster. And so I spent my first couple weeks on the phone, on FaceTimes with parents, on Zooms, just trying to keep the roster together, because they are such a good group of people. They happen to be really good basketball players, but they're even better people.
Coach, what have you done to try to blend the 7 newcomers with the 9 returners? Anything that you've done to try to mesh everyone together and get everyone's playing styles on the same page?
We play a whole heck of a lot, and we compete. And so the fun thing has been for them, no one in this entire program has ever played for me. And so it's all fresh and it's all new for everyone. And so they have done a really good job of being able to be really competitive with one another while also spending a lot of time with one another. And so the returners, again, they're new to me and I'm new to them, but they've done a really good job of opening everyone in with open arms. And so that's been one of the more fun parts, where it wasn't it's competitive, but it's not catty or petty. They all work really well together, and we're all just trying to figure it out. And so we do things within the program with the team. We do book clubs and this, that, and the other. But for the most part, they compete, and they know how to compete while staying together.
Madison, what made you want to stay here? Why are you back for another year at Incarnate Word?
Well, like she said, I love San Antonio and I love UIW. And our first conversation, I think, lasted 45, close to 45. And in that conversation, I fell in love with Coach. And I love my teammates. I was happy to hear that we were all coming back. But it was really for Coach. I wanted to play for Coach Blair in her system. And I feel like she helped me become a better player as well as a better person.
What did Coach tell you in that first conversation? And Coach was also talking about how no one's played for her. So what has it been like this summer learning from someone like Coach Blair?
It's been great. I've developed a bag, some new moves that I've never done before, and I've enjoyed it. She mentioned book club. That's really new, but it gets us talking, and we talk outside of book club about the books that we read. So she's really brought us together, not just on the court, but also off the court. In our phone call, she was talking to me about a new role that I would be in, that I've always wanted to be in, a position to help lead the team, and that's really what I was looking forward to this year for my senior year.
Jasmine, you bring back a lot, but you also are able to add some pieces to this group that I'm really excited about. And one of them is London from Missouri, who obviously played, SEC talent last year, has that experience under her belt. What does she bring to this group?
London is in a really interesting situation, because she did go to Missouri. She got some great reps there. She played with and against great competition. And now she's here, and it's the same thing. Now she's having to compete against Maddie every single day, who has lots of experience at the Division I level, period. And so London and I speak a lot about just reps. She didn't get all the reps in game last year at Missouri. She got reps in practice. And so now it's just getting her used to having reps in practice, reps in games. and understanding how valuable those reps are. She's a sponge. She's a learner. She may be one of the most articulate kids I've ever been around. She's one of the smartest kids I've ever been around. London is a true joy, and it's not just on the floor. It's pretty much in everything she does in life.
Coach Madison was talking about a new role. I think she was, referencing being a leader of this team. What has those conversations been like of what you envision her doing on the floor this year?
Maddie is a lead by example kind of girl. And so for me, it's just been making Maddie aware that she also has a voice. The funniest thing is Maddie is just always playing around somewhere. And so that has been one of the more interesting things from a point guard. Funny story, we're actually at film this morning, and I'm going on this long tangent, and I see her, like she's like the person closest to me. And while I'm going on this rant, I can see her breaking out into a smile, and I'm trying to hold it together because I'm supposed to be in this really serious moment. And then we all just bust out laughing. And I'm like, guys, this is supposed to be real. But that's a relationship between the coach and a point guard. And it's just getting Maddie more comfortable with understanding that, like, basketball is serious, but we're human. And so you're going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm a first-year head coach. But let's just give each other a little bit of grace and learn and grow while we do it. And so it's just been really fun to see her leadership style. I want Maddie to lead the way Maddie leads, not the way I want her to lead. And for her, it's lead by example, but every once in a while, use your voice and give some direction.
Yeah, Madison, what's that been like for you? Finding your voice, finding the way that you're going to lead this year? Like, what's that trial and error been like for you?
It's hard, but I'm enjoying it. I am trying to speak up in the locker room. I'm trying to speak up in huddles, and I'm really happy with my team because they also push me to continue to talk as well, so I'm really grateful for that.
What were you laughing at in film this morning? You just started laughing, or was there something that caught your attention?
Well, we were talking about transition defense and how we need to sprint back, and Coach said, like, I don't care if they crawl or they roll down the floor. So, I'm just picturing the other team just crawling down the floor.
Maybe you should say that. It's like how they say, when you're on stage, you picture everyone naked or whatever. You just need to picture them crawling in game, and you'll get it together, right? I love it. That's really funny. What's impressed you the most about this group, Jasmine, as you've, gotten used to it? You've had a few months there now to adjust and see what this group can do. What impresses you most about them?
The depth. We are really deep. I think we're really deep, and we have a lot of versatility. And so I think those two things, their ability and I don't know, they wake up every day and they're intentional about competing every day. And in a program where a new coach comes in, keeps so many players, and then adds these players, it's like you don't really know if I should be upset with this person or if I should push this person, should I motivate this person? It's just been really interesting to me to see the perfect balance of I'm competing, but I also want to see you do well. And so those things are what excites me the most about this team, because I believe we do have depth, but it doesn't matter if we don't have cohesion in the locker room.
Coach, you're talking about, adding some new players. When you are out recruiting and trying to put this roster together, what are non-negotiables that you want from every single player on your team?
I think they're competitive. They have to be competitive. In this culture of transfer portal, you can't walk into a program and just expect to play. I don't care where you came from, because it doesn't matter who transferred in here. Maddie Cockrell also has expectations. And so you have to come into a program that I'm a part of and plan to compete. And you also have to understand that, like, what you're competing for isn't the same as what maybe Maddie's competing for. Ultimately, as a team, we're competing to win games. But your individual competition may be, okay, my job today is to help this team be a better defensive rebounding team by I'm just trying to get every offensive rebound. Like that's my goal in competition today. And so for me, I want players who are competitive on the court, competitive in the classroom, competitive in the community. I just want people who want to be better every single day.
So I haven't seen you guys on the court yet, but I have seen you on social media, and I saw a really funny video the other day of a prank that you maybe did on your coach there. I know the trend of the AI, homeless man on the couch. They really got you, Jasmine. What was that like? Did you actually call the police?
Okay, that's day to day with Maddie Cockrell, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's just it's fun, right? No, I did not actually call the police. I did text my administrator, my athletic director, and the person who was in charge of facilities at 6 a.m. to tell them that, like, this is where I draw the line. There's a homeless man in our locker room. This isn't a culture. And these are young women I'm in control of. And then before I could do anything, one of the other assistants, well, Maddie texted me and was like, hey, it's a joke. But it was too late. That text had already gone out. And then by the time I was ready, like I was dressed, she had already texted me and said she was joking. So no, I did not call the police. Amber was en route to call Campus PD. I did, though, call my boss and then my boss's boss in facilities to figure out what was going on. But that was, what an awful joke. Like, what, it was terrible. It was like 6 a.m. when they did this. It wasn't even like, it was first thing in the morning. It was the first thing I woke up to. It was my first text of the day. It's Maddie playing on my phone.
Hey, it made for really
Maddie,
good content.
Yeah.
Maddie, were you the mastermind behind this? Were you the mastermind, Maddie?
Yes, I saw it and thought it was just hilarious. So, but they were supposed to come in the locker room. No, I called the police.
Yeah. You can't always control how those things turn out, right? I'm glad she didn't call the police. That would have made it a little more complicated. But you can tell me maybe in secret what your next prank you're looking to do on your coaches, because I think we need more.
It's in the works.
It's in the works.
I feel like Coach has to get y'all back too. Coach might have something coming.
I got them back.
Oh, you already did?
They were.
What'd you do?
The entire practice. I had to stop practice because they were so afraid of the punishment that our practice was bad. And I was like, guys, look, I can take a joke. Everybody just lighten up and let's just move forward and have a good day. So my get back was the fear that they had in their spirits for the first hour of practice that day.
Yeah, I mean, I would be scared too. That's like, I don't know, am I going to be pranked any second of the day? I'd be looking over my shoulder all the time. But Madison, what excites you the most about this season? Obviously, with a new head coach here, who obviously you got good chemistry with already. But what excites you the most heading into this year?
I'm really excited about our play style. We like to move fast. I'm excited for our new teammates, and actually, I'm really ready to go out and have some fun. Play. Ready to hoop, tired of practice.
Coach, is that kind of the identity that you want for this year's team, to play fast and get up and down the floor?
Yeah, we want to play a little bit faster. And again, we have some positionless pieces, and that makes our roster a little bit more interesting. I think the depth and the pieces that can kind of move around quite a bit. But we want to play a little bit faster. I think that's going to be the biggest change from some of the UIW teams in the past.
Yeah, how do you go about adjusting this team to your play style? Because a lot of them have played together already a certain way, maybe different than how you're hoping to play this year, maybe not. What was your kind of first step in telling them, this is, what I want to do this year, and getting them on board and in with the culture that you're trying to build here?
It was a part of the recruiting process. Before, on the phone call with Maddie, hey, this is how I want to play. I see you fitting it. Do you think you can play this way? Because you don't want to recruit players who don't fit the playing style, because then they're miserable and I'm miserable. But I knew Maddie. I was at SMU and Maddie was going to high school in Dallas. So I've known Maddie for a very long time. And so I knew that she fit, but I had to have that conversation with quite a few players just to see if they wanted to embrace that. There was a very different style played here in the past, and it worked, but it's just not the way I want to play and I want to coach. I want to let the players just get out and play the game and have fun and play it a little bit faster before I have to rein them in. And so I think for me, I push them to go as hard as they possibly can to see what to help them find out what they're capable of. And then when they go too far, I reel them back in and not the other way around, because I want them to play with a little bit of edge. And so that has been the more fun thing to do, is just to try to push them to limits that they didn't even know that they had.
Coach, real quickly, if not Eskimo Joe's, where's your go-to spot now?
Okay, I also had the garage in Stillwater. I'm a Texas girl, so here in Texas, it's all Luby's. Like, it's Luby's all the time. A big Texas staple for me and for senior citizens.
I love it. Well, I heard from someone last night that you're the queen of Irish goodbyes. I'm not going to do that to you. We're gonna give you a real goodbye here. I heard you're big on the Irish goodbyes, but we're gonna give you a real one. It was great getting to talk to you today. Really looking forward to see what you can do in year one here. And Madison, very excited to see what you do on the court yet again. So great having you with us. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having me.
Always great to talk to Jack.